Oh, hi everybody. It's Marcus. Monday meditation, the 3rd of 2018. We are closing up on the end of January. And today, I'd like to talk a little bit about the wheel of Dharma. And our meditation today will be on solving our own pain, recognizing where it's stemming from, and how we can see through it and become present with or without emotional disturbances. And if you're new to our meditation, I'd like to encourage you to sit down. Make yourself comfortable. You don't have to sit cross-legged. You can sit in a chair. I personally think it's a good idea to sit up, both because we can have an erect spine, which helps our chakras to align and open up, but also sitting up prevents us from sleeping. Meditation is not sleeping. And it can be easy to fall asleep when we're laying down, because meditation is a very, very calming exercise. At least for me, and in my experience, it is a calming exercise. So, the wheel of Dharma, which we can also call the repetitive emotions or situations in our lives that show up for most of us, I dare to say, all of us, until we break the cycle and see through our own ego and our own mind-created suffering. Until we break that, we're going to keep repeating the same patterns over and over. They may change slightly, but overall, we're going to be experiencing the same basic emotions, and usually the same basic painful emotions, because we create the same situations in our lives over and over and over, because of how we relate to life, because of this programming, both from childhood, as we grow up, and experiences later in life too. All these experiences we have when we are attached to our past. Our ego is attached to history. We are usually doomed to repeat it. Now, we do have to learn from history, so we don't have to repeat it. But when we're attached to our story, to our history, it's very easy to keep doing the same thing. Because, at least for me, I identify with my previous life, with my story. I identify as whatever I am identifying as. Because, we get our identifications through upbringing, through reflections from our parents, from our friends, from our siblings. And that's how we interpret ourselves. So when somebody puts a negative, thought on you, or expectation, a negative expectation, when somebody puts that on you, it's very easy to live up to that negative expectation. Same way, if somebody puts a positive expectation on you, we live up to that easier. These expectations, they become our self-image through life. So that's why parents need to be present and aware in their parenting, so that they don't fly off the handle and call their children names or put labels on them. You're bloody this, you're bloody worthless, you are, whatever it is that the parent will say in the moment of aggression can easily become a part of the kid's self-image, self-identification. And that, later in life, will set this cycle in motion of that's dysfunctional relationships, we have dysfunction at work, we have a hard life, and until we see that all of these are identifications with previous images of who we think we are. Unless we see that, we are bound to be stuck in these cycles of suffering. And also, until we see that all of our suffering is based in our own expectations of what's going on now, until we see that, we're stuck. We're going to keep creating pain. That's why meditation is helpful, because meditation gives us a break. It puts a stop, puts the brakes on that mind, on that like identification, on that automatic mind thing. Whatever it was in our childhood that we started identifying with, a parent saying something negative, a friend saying something negative, your friends laughing at you for different things, your siblings being siblings, we have all created suffering in each other and ourselves. When we get to this now, I personally will have an expectation on a certain situation. And when that situation doesn't happen, I create suffering for myself. Because I've already identified with that, the expectation. So meditation will put the brakes on that. Meditation creates space in our minds so we're not stuck to repeat ourselves over and over and over and over again. And I want for you to find that peace, that stillness, and that break of the automatic brain functions where you go, stop it. I am present here and now. I am not these thoughts of negativity, which I used to have a lot. I would cuss myself out. You know, stupid bleep, Marcus, stupid, now you're being stupid again, blah, Marcus, bleep, Marcus. You know, all that stuff is very harmful for you and your physical being. And we need to learn how to be present in this moment so we recognize when we're being negative and both self-loving, which will lead to loving others. So we start accepting ourselves and accepting this present moment the way it is. We can then start being loving to others as well. We're going to meditate. Today, we're meditating on getting deeper into silence. Because it's closely related to what we've just been talking. 11 minutes have started. Take a few deep breaths. And even in these breaths, create space. Create a pause between the in and the out. we're coming into a calmer state of mind, where our thoughts are slowing down. And we can start realizing that every thought we have is neither real nor important. Because they are just thoughts. And many of those thoughts, not all of them, but many are results of our old programming and our self-image. And what I wish for you is to break that programming. Find yourself in this moment. Feel your body. And feel your inner body, your inner energy body. Stay present. Stay here and now. Realize deeply that your thoughts can't really exist in this moment. That a thought is invariably about tomorrow, or 5 minutes from now, or yesterday, or 5 minutes ago. But they are invariably not here. We can observe things. We can observe colors, materials, things. But usually, there's a judgment attached to it. And what we're looking at is going past that, recognizing that that's a judgment. Come deeper into the now. Let go of your thoughts. Find this moment. Connect yourself into the deeper sense of self, the higher I am. Stay here and now. And come back to that place. Come back to the present moment. It's the only real moment we have. Nothing else is real. Slow down your breathing. And stay here and now. It's all about seeing through our own mind fog and the veils of our mind and our ego and our story, which is the journey we're all on. Not easy, but necessary. Our 11 minutes are up. This bell, or this gong, or this singing bowl, as they call it, Tibetan singing bowl, we can allow that sound to penetrate all of our consciousness and our whole being, to fill everything, and then dissipate. And it brings us into this moment. Shaved my beard this weekend, because I'm in this play here in Mammoth. Today we're also meditating from Mountain Soul Yoga in Mammoth. It's a beautiful studio. And I want to say thank you for letting me be here to the studio. And I also want to say I hope you had a good meditation, and that I'll see you on Friday. Feel free to write with ponderings, questions, thoughts, anything like that. Hope you're doing wonderful, and have a great week. Bye.